Hey everyone, KitaSean here. So a little bit of a heads up. The video that you guys are going to be watching right now is going to be a top 10 video, like the thumbnail and the title states. But the mic recording is going to be pretty bad quality, and the reason for that is because my main computer, which has my mic connected and all the programs and stuff like that to make my mic sound better, actually is kind of in the shop right now. I actually don't know why my computer wasn't turning on properly. I tested everything, but I just couldn't find the problem. So I sent it to the shop, and they're trying to diagnose it right now. But hopefully, I can get my computer back in a couple days, and we'll see if they can fix it. If not, I might have to buy a new part for my PC, and that's probably gonna take a bit because I'm actually going to Japan next week, and obviously, I don't know if the part will come in time. So if anything, I probably will not have my computer up and running until next year, which really sucks. But I'm doing my best right now with the laptop. I'm trying to edit all the videos that I have planned to release when I'm in Japan. I do plan on releasing some videos while I'm in Japan, like edit and stuff like that, but that's if I have the time. But for now, I just want to apologize for the low quality of the mic, and yeah, I just wanted to give you guys a heads up on that. But yeah, that's basically about it. Enjoy the video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Later. Hey everyone, KitaSean here, so welcome back to another Fate Grand Order video. So like the thumbnail and the title of the video states, we will be revealing my personal top 10 servants of Fate Grand Order that were released in the JP version of 2022. With no new servants releasing for the remainder of the year, I thought it was time to release this video. So again, we're going to be revealing my top 10, and it's going to be servants not only just 5 stars, but it's going to be servants that are 4 stars and including welfare servants. I think you guys already have a good idea which 4-star and which welfares will be joining this list. You also need to know we are ranking them by how good they are when it comes to gameplay. Popularity is out of the picture. Again, this is my personal top 10 list. You guys are free to comment below and let me know what you guys think about my list, and even put your own. So without any further ado, let's go ahead and start the countdown. At number 10, we have Charlemagne. This guy, hands down, is one of the servants that everyone wanted to see in FGO, and we finally got him. Charlemagne is an amazing quick saber looper and is often compared to Otasoji Alter Saber, and there is an argument on which one is better. Charlemagne can protect an ally with invincibility, which you never want to give to him because he gains buffs and a demerit if he has that invincibility. Those effects are the following: he can increase his own MP generation for 5 turns up to 20%, grant himself a self-defense effect, Heroic King, which allows him to do more damage with his MP. He also has a 500% chance to seal his MP for a turn, so he can protect an ally and buff himself, which is really amazing. So don't give him the invincibility, give it to someone else, and then he can get all the buffs and he can, bypass the merits. His second skill is increase the party's attack, increase own damage against demonic enemies, and increase own defense against divine enemies for 3 turns. He also has a 30% MP battery, which obviously helps with the MP loop. Third skill increases his quick, critical damage, and critical damage against evil alignment enemies, which there are quite a few. He has 2 passive skills, which is kind of underwhelming. Was hoping he would get more, but at least one of them helps his quick damage. And of course, his MP quick AoE, he can do extra damage with his MP with the many Hero King stacks. And yeah, he's overall a very great servant, and definitely, in my opinion, if you like sabers, if you like quick, he is a must pick up. At number 9, we have the 9 Tattoo Dragon, Editha. So yeah, she is the welfare servant, she is the pretender, and pretenders are, pretty hard to come by. There are a total of 4 of them. One of them is in the gacha, 2 of them are limited, and of course, Editha is a welfare, and we don't know if we're going to get this event again, so probably pick her up once, it comes into the game for the USA version. But Editha is really good, a great support and attacker. Her first skill, increased party attack for 3 turns, increased critical damage of all allies with lawful alignment for 3 turns, increased MP damage of allies with neutral alignment for 3 turns, increased MP generation rate of allies with chaotic alignment for 3 turns. So basically she helps out allies with those alignments, and if they're in your party, they get those buffs. And they're all really good buffs. And then not only that, she grants party with Mount Liang traits, except self for 3 turns, increase own critical star absorption for 1 turn. So yeah, very great. Definitely helps out, and you can put her in a lot of different team setups. Second skill, this is mainly for Mount Liang allies. Charges MP gauge, then you have the increased max HP, and then 500% chance to reduce debuff resistance. So yeah, she's just such a great support. And then she also has increased her own quick, buster, and critical damage. So she could be that semi-attacker as well. Passive skills, only 2 of them, but I mean, they help increase on critical damage, increase on arts performance, and critical generation rate. And then her MP is Buster, which deals damage to all enemies and reduces their defense by 10% for 3 turns. And then Overcharge, increase on critical star generation rate for 1 turn, and MP damage for 1 turn. And those activate beforehand. So yeah, she can do some pretty good damage. And again, she could be a very good support servant as well. At number 8, we have James Moriarty, or Young Moriarty. I think Young Moriarty is a very interesting servant, and if you can actually master him, he is a very good servant to use in gameplay. First skill, he can grant himself evasion, ignore invasion as well, reduce the enemy's art resistance, further reduces art resistance on enemies with evil alignment, so that's awesome. He's actually an arts type servant, so that helps a lot with his MP. Second skill, he can increase his own quick arts buster and critical damage, so that's good right there. And then his third skill, MP battery 50%. He can also grant 1 random buff from the 2 effects. Arts up with a 500% chance for 1 turn of critical star absorption, and then Buster 500% critical star absorption. So it's either arts or Buster. You kind of want the arts because he's an arts type servant. He has 3 arts cards in his deck, and he also can gain critical stars. Passive skills are pretty good: increase on critical damage, arts performance, MP damage performance. And then he has a bunch of immunities, which is nice, like Charm, Confusion, Terror, Skill. And then his MP, that's an AoE, deals 150% extra damage against good alignment enemies, heals their skills for 1 turn, inflicts evil alignment for 3 turns. So yeah, he is very, very strong. And I forgot, Overcharge, MP damage up for return, and that activates beforehand. So yeah, he can definitely lock up enemies and also do a lot of damage. So plus arts is really, really strong. You have Castoria and stuff like that, so he's going to be doing quite a lot of damage for a ruler servant. Our next servant is going to be Woozy Tang Caster. I think a lot of you guys weren't expecting this one, but Woozy Tang is actually a very strong summer servant, 4-star caster as well. We do see a lot of great casters in this game, but we usually, use them as supports. But as an attacking caster, she is a very good one. Increased party of attack for 3 turns, buster for 3 turns, and generation rate for 3 turns, which is insane. And then she also has her second skill, reduce all enemies MP gauge by 1, so she can stall, increase party damage against undead enemies, which again there aren't that many, but I mean still a good nice skill to have. And then charges parties MP gauge, which is 20%, so you can increase MP gauge, which is nice. And then third skill, more stalling, stuns all undead enemies for a turn, recovers party's HP, removes party's debuffs. So unfortunately she is targeting undead more often, but I mean everything else like the heals and stuff like that I think is very nice. but I still think she is a great servant. Passive skills increase on arts performance, increase on debuff success rate, and then grants self mental debuff immunity to a bunch of mental debuffs. And then her Noble Phantasm is a Buster type, inflicts undead traits for 3 turns to all enemies. So going back to all those undead, stuff for the skills, once you use her MP, they all have undead traits. So yeah, you can do stun, you can do more damage. So yeah, that's huge. So basically, you want to shoot off her MP ASAP, and then you can do all the skills. She also has deals 150% extra damage against with man attribute, which basically is everything in this game, and reduce their defense by 20% for 3 turns, and increase own damage on MP activates first. So yeah, this is huge. I think Woozy Tang is an underrated servant, and I think it is safe to say she is a top 10 servant for 2022. My number 6 servant is going to be Koyanskaya of Darkness, the very first servant that released of the year 2022, and she's very strong. I don't think a lot of players use her a lot recently, but I still think she is a very, very strong servant. First skill, increase party's Buster performance for 3 turns, charges party's MP gauge, which is about 30%, and reduces the critical star absorption of hominid servant allies for 100% for 1 turn. Second skill, overcharges one ally's MP by 2 stages, which is insane. Grants them an active attack buff for 3 turns, which gain 5 critical stars when normal attacking with a Buster card. Increase the attack of animal traded servants and defense for 3 turns. So that's freaking huge right there. Third skill, ignores invincibility, increase own critical damage, grant self on attack activate, inflict poison, curse, and burn for 3 turns to enemy when attacking, inflict toxic, evil, curse, and spread fire stats for 3 turns to all enemies, which is insane. And then her passive skills, gain 2 critical stars, increase on debuff resistance. She has an arts damage up, increased debuff success rate. She can do more damage against wild beast enemies, grant self on attack activate debuff, and just more stuff on wild beast. And then her MP, increase own attack by 20% for 1 turn, and this activates first, so that's really awesome. That basically increases the damage on the MP. AoE removes their offensive buff, so anything that increases attack up, get rid of that. You also have reduces their Buster resistance for 20% for 3 turns. So after you attack with her with the MP, keep attacking with some Busters, deal more damage, and then also deals extra damage against Earth attributed enemies, which there are quite a lot. So Koyanskaya of Darkness, again, not a lot of people use her much, but I think she's actually a very strong servant to use. So the next 5 servants, I think it's pretty debatable when it comes to positioning. I think you can put them anywhere on this list. I truly believe these 5 servants are the best servants from this year. It was really hard to decide because all their skills are different, but I made up my mind, and here is my top 5 servants of 2022. At number 5 is going to be Senoniki, a quick type berserker servant. I would put her higher on this list, but there's actually another berserker who I believe is actually stronger than her because of the type. But let's go ahead and just focus on Senoniki here. So again, she is a quick type berserker. First skill, increase quick performance, and she can increase MP generation for the party and gain critical stars, which is very good because quicks need that. Second skill has a 30% MP battery, overcharge MP by 2 stages, which is huge. Increase more damage on the MP. Grants invincibility, which is really nice. That's protection right there. You want to see that on a berserker. Third skill, increase own critical damage for 3 turns. Increase own critical damage for quick cards for 3 turns. It grants self on attack activate debuff. Inflict defense down by 10% for 3 turns to enemy when attacking with quick cards. So basically, it's like Hulk size art one, but the quick type now. So that allows you to do more damage with the quick cards, of course MP. She has a lot of great passive skills: increased Buster performance, critical damage, arch performance, mental debuff resistance. She also has debuff success rate, and then of course increased own MP generation rate with quick cards. And then her MP AOE seals her MP for 1 turn, which is huge. So that's more stalling, which you do again want to see that on berserkers. Inflicts curse for 1,000 damage for 5 turns, so it helps you out with some damage right there. And then deal extra damage against mana attributed enemies, which again there are quite a lot. So yeah, Senoniki is a great quick AoE berserker, and you can definitely use her. But there are quite a lot of berserkers in this game that can do the looping, can do the wave clearing, stuff like that, and she is one of them as well. So Senoniki, I do think she is a great servant to pick up, and plus her artwork's awesome. So I think this next one, number 4, is questionable to a lot of you guys, but I really thought about it, and I think number 4 fits well. I mean, for sure she's going to be top 5, but I think you guys can also argue she could be top 3. But Archetype Earth, Arcade, is my number 4 servant of 2022. She is a Moon Cancer. I think that's probably the reason why I believe she is at number 4. Her class kind of hurts her a little bit. At the same time, it's a really nice class, but let's go ahead and check out her skills. Sealed all enemy skills for a turn, which is awesome. That's stalling right there. Reduce defense, increase own attack, so you can do more damage. Second skill, 100% MP battery, which is huge, and increase own MP damage for 3 turns. So again, that's huge. Then you have her third skill, grants party invincibility, and then you have increased the buff removal resistance on good alignment for 1 turn, and charges party's MP gauge except self with Millennium Castle battlefield. So once you get the castle on the field, you can gain that effect, which is huge, which you get that out with the MP, which we'll talk about in a bit. Passive skills are insane. Increased own debuff resistance, arts up performance, own debuff success rate, increased own critical damage, and then the next one, when you have the castle up, again you get that out when you get the MP. This increases her quick, arts, and buster by 30% each. That passive is broken. It's one of the best passives in the game, hands down. So that is a huge passive, and that's a lot of damage that she can do. And then her MP, this allows her to again bring out the castle for 3 turns. This is an AoE, and it also deals extra damage against chaotic alignment, which again there are quite a lot. And then charges MP gauge of living human allies except herself. So yeah, Arcade, Archetype Earth is a really unique and really strong servant. I think a lot of people just don't see her as super crazy strong unless she has that passive up. So again, you need to use her MP to get that passive up, and she can farm for sure. She can 3-time loop, but you need that passive up, which you're gonna get no matter what. But that's I think why a lot of people see her highly, and same thing as me. Like, she could be higher, but she needs that passive up all the time. At number 3, I think this is a no-brainer. She's just super insane. Crim Hill is my number 3 servant of 2022. Crim Hill is insane for a 4-star. She's a berserker. I mean, I wouldn't really say you can compare her to Vlad, but like, she's basically a 4-star Vlad, and it's just insane that she can do what she can do as a 4-star. There is other servants that are, berserkers, single target, and they can technically do the same thing as she can, but like, she's just insane. First skill, reduce all enemies MP gauge by 1, so she can stall, reduce their defense, reduce their critical attack chance. So that's a lot of debuffs right there. She has a skill that can increase her arts and buster up to 30%, 3 turns. increase own damage against chaotic alignment enemies, and that's 50% for 3 turns, so chaotic enemies, a lot of them. And then her third skill, 500% chance to draw attention of all enemies to one ally by 300% for 1 turn, charges own MP gauge 50%, and then recovers own HP 3000. So that 500% chance to draw attention to all enemies to one ally, which is really nice. So you can have like a servant that has invincibility or an evade, and they can just target that party member instead of her, because again, berserkers are a glass cannon. She'll die if she gets hit with criticals and stuff like that, but you can, you know, have them target someone else, which is really awesome. Her passive skill is increase Buster Up performance by 12%, which she does have 2 Buster cards in her deck. But she is an arts type servant, and she can remove one enemy's defense buff, activates first, which is good, and then deals 150 extra damage against dragon enemies because, you know, it's Crim Hill. But this also is a single target, but I mean, just to be able to get by defensive buffs, which is insane. She can do a lot of damage, which is also insane. Again, she has those demerits, she has the buffs, like, yeah, she's super strong. And she also has reduced the arts resistance for 3 turns, so, and she can loop with her MP. So yeah, Crim Hill is insane. Like, she's hands down a top 3 for me. So the next 2, I really debated on who I should put number 1, but I have to put that servant at number 1. So our number 2 servant is going to be Ibuki Doji Berserker. Hands down, the best AoE servant the game has seen this year. I do believe she is the best arts looper in the game. She is second to best AoE looper in the game. I do believe Morgan is number 1 by a lot. Morgan is just super good, and the reason why I put Morgan higher than Ibuki is because she is a Buster servant, and Buster servants do more damage. Going back to Ibuki though, Ibuki Doji Summer can increase the party's attack, critical up for 3 turns, increase MP generation, and she can of course include herself on that. It's 20, 30, 30, which is insane, and then this helps her with the looping, of course. Her second skill is for only one ally, but you can of course use it on herself, which you want to use it on herself. Increase both arts and Buster for 3 turns, 30%, and reduce skill cooldown. Third skill has 50% MP battery, which is a staple for strong loopers. Gain critical stars up to 10 for 3 turns, increase critical star absorption for 3 turns up to 5,000%. Just the skills alone make her really strong. Her passive skills help more on the damage, but focuses more on the Buster cards, which doesn't help the MP at all, but that's okay, she's a Berserker. Her MP, of course, AoE removes all defensive buffs before activation, reduces their critical attack 20%, and overcharge does more damage to Earth attributed enemies. Just insanely strong. The number 1 servant of the year 2022, in my opinion, is going to be Skusa Scotty Ruler. Swimsuit Scotty, super cute and super strong. Quick support. This is what a quick team needed to see. Increase one ally's quick performance for 3 turns, 30 to 50%. Increase their critical damage of Buster cards for 3 turns, 50 to 100%. So that's huge. So you could also use her as a Buster support, which is nice. And then her second skill, increase party's attack, increase quick performance, increase Buster performance, and gain critical stars every turn for 3 turns, which is nice. And then her third skill, charges one ally's MP gauge, 50% battery, which is huge. Increase their critical star absorption up to Buster cards for 1 turn, gain critical stars. So yeah, she's like a quick Buster hybrid support. And then her passive skills, increase on debuff resistance, increase on art performance, increase on damage, increase on debuff resistance again. And then her MP deals damage to all enemies, so it's an AoE, reduce their MP gauge by 1, and then increases on MP damage on waterside battlefield for 1 turn. This activates first. This is overcharge, by the way, deals extra damage against enemies with lawful alignment. So she does have an attacking AoE, which is nice, but she's also a great supporter as well. So yeah, I think Skusa Husqvarna is the #1 servant of this year. So there you guys have it. That was my top 10 servants of 2022. Do you guys agree? Do you guys not agree? Do you guys have servants somewhere else on your top 10, or do you have a completely different top 10? I would love to know in the comment section below. Let me know, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Laters.